Match is started, boys. The match is started.
Trying to silence the doubters from the pistol round.
Let's go. The match is already started, boys. Now let's see who will win the match. Who will win the match, guys? Let's see.
So with that, a little bit more space. Team Secret gets to recover for just a second, maybe setting up for that A split push.
Yeah, good back out from Governor. Of course, a bit of a
mishap
coming down from Halls, but
let's see.
I mean, they should still be able to find some good
Let's
shots.
see by
Cruz will eventually clean up that kill, and that makes things a lot easier. The door open is a good sign for Governor as well. And just Jesse Vash left spotted. Okay, comms a little delayed, but Governor will find the headshot.
That's just a quick start already. I mean, we're thinking about Governor, and I think that's one of the main things that this entire roster was built around. Asra mentioned it a little bit as well in their ESL Clash of Nations games, that this entire roster was built around him. They want to support him. He's the duelist, and he's here to frag. And this first round says it all.
Yeah, I mean, even in the Emerge video, Lenny talks about how he was actually impressed with the playmaking and kind of the smart decisions that Governor is able to make. Now on the Neon, some extra utility to work around as well with things like the fast lane and the relay bolt. We saw that from Ye yesterday, who had a decent opening match. In terms of his own performance, Governor another kill.
भाई
TLN
guys क्या कर रहे यार तुमने लास्ट टाइम अभी तुमने जीएस को बोला और उधर वो दूसरी जीत गई टीम तुमने ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स को बोला और उधर से सामने वाली टीम जीत गई भाई तो भाई डिसाइड गाइस बेसिकली चेक करके बोले भाई कौन जीतेगा मैच इन योर ओपिनियन who will be the winner guys who will be the winner
I don't mind it at all. In fact, I like it, right? They're very aware of the fact that, okay, you're the
Come
one
on,
with
guys,
the pistol.
like the rest,
You could push out a bit.
like, share,
you might have questions about it, so etc. But at the end of the day, this is an anti-eco. What matters is you win the round and that you're not giving away
TLN is already winning the match.
Weapons. You want to carry over these long-range rifles
TLN is already winning the match.
Man, good shot from long range. NDG staying alive behind the wall. This deep dig in.
TLN is already
winning
the
all
match.
the way through Nest.
TS
I don't think they're going to
is
spend the
0-1.
timing here.
However, he's only got a clash.
You
gotta close in the
वो
distance.
करेंगा ना वो जीतेंगे
get a
guys.
quick double tap in or something. Because if not, Envy
जो भी सबसे पहले इधर क्लिप्स निकालेगा वो जीतेगा. So now
spots him out. Easy cleanup.
Let's find it out who will the winner.
I think we'd get a lot more excited.
I feel like by TLN again the nice fight. TLN तो guys फटका मार रही है TS को.
So the importance with the Phantoms.
Full फटका मार रही है TLN.
Overdrive on Governor now as well.
TLN guys full फटका मार रही है भयंकर वाला भाई दबा के मारा है पटक के मार रही है TS को. भाई क्या लगता है क्या TS अभी मतलब आगे निकल पाएगा. वैसे यार बेसिकली देखो जो भी पिस्टल राउंड जीतता है ना वो मोस्टली वही वाली टीम जीतती है. तो पिस्टल राउंड ऑलरेडी TLN जीत चुका है. बाकी TS भी काइंड ऑफ खेल तो रहे हैं guys. TS भी खेल रही है.
They're not going to push out right away. I like the patience from Talon. Wait for
whatever
some
it's
contact.
happening.
You know that
We
the
are still
opponents
watching
have to play a bit slow. They don't want to take any big risks just yet.
Okay.
Between
they've adapted to
both
this already.
squad by both squad is you know
they pull back. I mean, second
fight
cascade
ले रही
used maybe a bit of an extra
full squad
investment
fight ले
in
रही है.
terms of utility, but the point is,
come on guys, stream को like करें जल्दी से, stream को like करें, channel को subscribe करें, share करना ना भूलें.
Just checking around.
Nobody's
here,
come on.
though. Team
Like,
Secret
share,
just
करना
waiting things out. Yes, you've picked up the overdrive, but that thing can burn out as well if it doesn't find any kills.
आपको watch बढ़ेगा इला permission मिला. Yep boy.
However, you are running out of time, so it might be.
Yeah, Amit, thank you for liking the stream.
However,
thank you man. Thank you buddy. Thank you.
Takes one out, tries to look for another.
Guys, join that subscribe button also.
A little bit sharper, and with that, maybe a bit of movement. Cruz hiding inside of the cove though, turns back around, doesn't expect to play from Halls. Here comes Governor, picks up the Vandal, tries to wall bang, can't quite find all too much.
Already a lot of damage done, and if Talon very easily could get at least another kill
yeah,
with Jeremy so low.
भयंकर वाला मार रहे भाई.
Still a very doable round for
Who will win by?
Talon.
Let's see guys.
Dominant 3-0.
It's like
the coach is not there about Jeremy potentially still being around the switch.
Okay, so guys, TS is still fighting. TS is still fighting for by winning के लिए भाई TS still fight कर रही है.
It's all down to Governor's shoulders right now, and with a 1-on-3.
TS is still fighting for the victory by. Crazy man, crazy.
we don't want to read into things too much too early, but of course, I mean, they've talked about how obviously great credit to Gpay, who is the one who mainly has to try to catch up to this language barrier as they've switched to a primary English calling. Everyone else has experience calling in English and communicating, so it could be part of that. But just something about it, maybe be pressed for time. Bit of a mishap, but at the end of the day, bonus round, you're still getting away with a vandal. So Talon, the result is not poor, but we'll see if those kind of hiccups start to show throughout the map.
On the other hand, for Team Secret too, I mean, what a way for Envy to really break open the site. It was some trades going off back and forth, but at the same time, just a clear idea of how to set up this split. And that's the other thing too, because although it's great early round aggression from Talon on their defensive side, they leave a lot open, and you can see that Jeremy exploited just right there on
into the unknown.
Very aggressive dig into Halls as well. Of course, now moving back up. So, props to
doing
Jeremy.
That, boys.
A big risk you take as that
risk is,
it's a little too high. He sent it up from a little too far. NDG, welcome to VCT.
Totally
gets shut down on that first death. He's gonna have to reconsider how he
sets
up those tripwires from long range.
Matters.
That's a rude awakening. Team Secret
rude awakening by, oh my god guys, he's by just standing in the corner. By
some of these old patterns, they're not quite able to find out too much unless they get the information that they need. And with so many
by the way guys, TS already एक round जीत चुकी है. Now क्या लगता है यार तुम्हें कि क्या ये complete हो पाएगा?
So just trying to
they will winning or not by, please tell me in the comments.
Talon's just going to keep pushing out.
Yeah, and Talon has the read now, right? They've pushed out. They knew it was the Cypher. They didn't see any other further info.
It's like crazy, man. Crazy.
Good deep shots from Lenny as well. Nowhere to go for Team Secret.
TS and TN.
Yeah, Recon just confirms even more. So they know it's very much so an investment into the A site. As long as everyone here stays tucked in, it's probably good enough. However, with the Owl Drone being committed, it's an easy frag kill for Envy. With the pushes out though, yeah, it's just way too much. Ban coming up from behind too. This round is over.
And Ban's been this guy who's just walking out every round up to a certain point. Gate crashes back, then scouts out the other side. Almost just like a deadly drone. And so far, I would say successful. Even if he doesn't get contact on a map like Breeze, if you're able to dig deep and then gate crash back, a lot of information gained. Works very well in timing with Governor's pushouts in these first kills as well. I mean, whatever plan that Talon had, it has been working out. And we'll have to take a quick break, but hopefully it gets sorted out ASAP.
Hopefully. Yeah, it did look a little bit weird, but whatever it is, still, I mean, the kills were kills, and you can definitely see that this is the game plan that Talon has brought to this map. Yeah, this is why they picked it.
And the Desk talked about it, right? You have to play it. I totally agree. You even have the double controller. The Harbor can help with pushouts as well. And that's the only way you're going to feel comfortable at your defaults on a wide map like Breeze. And so far, it's working. Now the question is, you still have something like the Cypher. Now, obviously, you got to be careful how you put up your tripwires. But Team Secret, they do have tools to answer to this, you know, one way or another. Whether it's you always go in as 5 and you start to rush and make sure that they can't just comfortably push out, have a good post plant, or do you always wait for the early picks? And that's up to you to decide. Obviously, they can't discuss it here, as we do have a tech pause on a timeout. But we'll see what the adjustment is, because this has now been the consistent story in the past couple rounds, the first rounds of this match.
Yeah, you really got to find those gaps to really exploit this game plan that Talon has, because although you are pushing out a lot, although it can be really successful, there are little bits where it still leaves a little bit more for Talon to exploit, and we saw that in round 3, despite the good ideas from Talon.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how, because I want to see how Team Secret answers back, because I have faith that they will, and then I want to see what the next page looks like from Talon. Because the attacking side, I think we have some good ideas on how Talon expects to play around it, and that'll come down to execution. Of course, the Yoru can continue to kind of poke and prod, kind of mess up the Cypher setups as well, and then the Neon's still there available for the actual execute with things like the fast lane. But on this defensive side, if they keep getting away with these, and I wouldn't say it's for free either. I would say a couple of these, I mean, Team Secret's ready, and Governor's just getting the first kill.
It just is Governor getting that first kill. I mean, repeated so many times. This map could be over that quick. So, of course, you know, there might be some issues here and there. There are a lot of Team Secret supporters.
Oh, yeah, we've got supporters on both sides. But you love to see it. Obviously, a very passionate group of fans that we've come to know and love. And Team Secret, they talk about it themselves. They were so close, and not necessarily in terms of scoreline at the very last match that always mattered, but they always got to the match that mattered to get to Masters, to get to Champions, and then they just weren't able to clinch that ticket. Now, they say, we don't think our ideas were wrong. All we need is to kind of just, shore up a little bit more firepower, just one change on the roster, and then we want to push in. We want to make it to those international stages and how we see how we do against a lot tougher competition.
It really makes you think, like, is that one change enough, though? I mean, we're all banking a lot on this first kickoff match. There might be a lot that changes up. There are some snacks in the crowd because of our awesome pop-up booths at this entire event.
Yeah, there's pizza at the pub downstairs. So if you are here and for some reason listening to us on your phone here at the venue, definitely go down, grab a slice, grab a drink.
Grab me a slice, Will.
Me? I mean, sure, if you want to solo cast for a little bit, especially during this pause, I'm all for it. A trial by fire, let's go for it. I've done my share in my past years, so...
Sure enough, and then I get rewarded with pizza. I think that's a pretty good deal, right? Right? Okay.
Listen, your standards, it's up to you, man. that's not quite what I'm looking forward to.
Race. Yeah, you're just going to push me to the deep end of the pool. But, I mean, main thing is still, is it going to be enough for Team Secret? There's so much at stake. I mean, there's that team revamp storyline. Is it just enough for Team Secret to pick up one new player, or is it still their old ideas? Or, you know, on the other hand, for Talon, is this whole new team revamp enough for them to kind of show us a new performance? Because we have a new coach. We got Lenny, who used to be with Team Secret. I mean, how much can change around?
Yeah, I'm curious. And again, it is still early on in the half that Team Secret can't answer back. And we're starting to see a lot of teams experiment. I'm pretty convinced that no team should be too surprised by the Euros anymore, right? Surely if multiple teams are experimenting with this, you've seen it in some scrims here or there. We've even seen it during the offseason from multiple teams as well across different tournaments around the world. So the comp itself shouldn't be too shocking, but perhaps, of course, the combination with Neon, you know, a little bit of extra blue here on Breeze, not something we're used to seeing.
Breezy blue, I don't know. It looks really good.
Sounds like an ice cream flavor, honestly. Yeah, or Blue Breeze.
Blue Breeze. Okay, Blue Breeze sounds nicer, actually. I'm not great at giving out names. Look at what I named myself. All right, but I mean, yeah, it's really a good composition because what we're seeing with the aggressive plays that they can put out, the pressure that they can apply to the attacking team, it makes you play a lot of mind games, and it kind of forces you to play defense while you're on attack. Timer runs down. It just doesn't feel comfortable. But there is that gap. We saw it in round 3.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's not like this looks like an absolute impeccable thing. It doesn't look like necessarily that, oh, this is absolutely the comp that is going to run everything through. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, I'm just very curious because, again, Secret is a fairly known value. Sure, you know, an extra member or a new member, supposedly more firepower, things like that. But they've even said we think our direction, our color, our philosophy wasn't wrong. We just want to carry through with it. So now the question is once they answer back, because they often have decent round reads, right, and some good mid-rounding as well. Talent, the new comp, the new players, how do they gel together? Lenny's calling as an IGL now on Talent.
That is definitely a new thing.
How does that respond to Jesse's first answer? And I mean, Lenny's been watching Jesse for the whole year last year. He's been sitting behind him.
I think it's a really interesting thing. Here's what a lot of people don't know. I mean, we haven't seen that much of Lenny in VCT Pacific. That much is true. We don't know what he plays or what he's capable of. But coming from the Malaysia-Singapore scene, I can tell you that Lenny is a very strong Sova player. Back when he was playing for Bleed, back when he was with Darian and Juicy
Just
and the boys.
remind me, like, what year, what patch are we talking about?
Really long ago, 2022.
Okay, because if we were allowed to talk about that, I'm allowed to talk about the time Jemkin outfracked something, you know, back in like patch 4.11 or whatever it was. So.
I mean, I'm just saying because we haven't really seen too much of him, but those, you know, skills, those talents are still very much prevalent in Lenny's toolkit. And at the same time, having been studying under Team Secret, under Warbirds, under Jesse Vash, he could definitely have picked up quite a bit.
All right, well, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. No deja vu. We don't like to live in the past here, and it's going to be round 4. Rifles still in hand for Team Secret, and of course Talon now buying up after that bonus in the previous one.
New composition. Now they've started to play things a little bit more slow as we move forward into the next round. Team Secret trying to set up for that execute. Cloud burst in. Jeremy dashes right through, but immediately stunned up thanks to the relay bolt. Governor doing God's work. Second kill going through. And that's just a huge wall right in front of Team Secret. They cannot break past B.
Beautiful relay bolt. And you could just tell Jeremy wasn't quite expecting that one. Not really sure where to hold his angle because he's not going to be able to swivel on a beat, which he's very well known for. Shuts him down. And Governor now already taking mid control as well. NDG just can't find a beat against the duelist of Talon.
There.
Now 2 players left. Talon's star duelist looking to line up even more heads. One more to get that quad, and he does.
I mean, combating that wide swing as well, just the reset. Doesn't hold for the spray, knows that it's still Jesse Vash going for the wide peak. Governor, we've heard his confidence. He is 10-0-2 in his debut at VCT Pacific.
Not just some pickup from NA, not just some tier 2 guy, whatever. He's here, and he's definitely fitting in on Talon Esports.
Over 2 kills per round so far. Sure, only 4 rounds, but 0 deaths to that as well. He's taking fights and taking names away from Team Secret.
I think that's the other thing too. Right? He's not overheating all too much. He could have, pushed even more into B, but he just held his ground and then peeked back out towards elbow. Now onto the next. Jeremy tries to do the same thing towards a different site, but still leaves all too much, all too open for Team Talon to take them down. Jit Boys, Lenny finding a double of their own.
Sure, a weaker round from Team Secret, but if your weak round by the way, it's not that late into the game. We're only on to round 6 for that one, or round 5, and if your answer is, well, Hail Mary it, see if it works. I mean, sure, you kept note of Governor's previous position, but we're not starting to see Team Secret try to dig for solutions here. But no timeout, so clearly Warbirds has faith that they're able to figure this out in the server.
And they're gonna have to try something different at some point or another. They've got the full buy now, they have to make it work. Just a wide swing from Jesse Vash this time. Governor overheating a little bit too much. Can't compliment him. And it's gonna be Jesse Vash finding yet another. B site is open this time.
Deco not gonna bite either, but man, that does allow him to continue to flank back around if he so chooses.
Portal closed.
Alright, there it is. Can't go for the flank anymore. Toxic screen is an obstacle, and they're trying to make their way through it, waiting for it to drop down. Meanwhile, the rest of Team Secret just holding their angles. They haven't been exposed all too much. NDG jumps up, and that reveals a little bit more. Snake bite, however.
Snake bite.
And that means Borkum has to kind of reposition. However, timer is ticking, and given what Team Secret has, it's just a little bit more.
Ban! Oh, this guy, he's been waiting to get back to be able to play the roles an agency loves, and even here, Governor still given that primary duelist position, but playing with confidence. Get some frags on the board.
Pushing up, playing off of his teammates' contacts. He manages to find all those frags. I mean, we saw him on T1 last year. He was very capable as a duelist, sometimes flexing off the different agents, but maybe freed up to do a little bit more on this Talon Esports roster.
Yeah, I mean, playing to his role strength, right? You're there to scout, but once you're on the retake, Governor down, now you're the one who's there for the trades. You're the one who wants to go in and finish the job. And now the timeout does come out. Warbird saying he's not liking the answers he's finding. Now that previous one, I mean, they were prepared for it. They heard the cascade, so they go for the wide peak, the double swing. Yeah, in these micro situations, the answers are there. But then the retake, I thought even the repositioning after in the post plant was a good idea, but Talon with a clean retake, one by one, eliminating angles and always making sure that they have a trade member ready.
Yeah, now that it's down to 5-1 as well, it's just, at some point you're going to be stuck playing catch up, so a lot needs to be changed up. And what we're seeing from Team Secret, that blind kind of diving in from Jeremy, it just doesn't quite work out, and Governor is just such a huge issue. Looking at how Frost is communicating with the team as well, it feels as though Talon has a trick up their sleeve, like they're anticipating something more.
Yeah, and if you ever watched Coach Frost in any of the previous teams he's been on, or even during the offseason, like he will always have a lot to share. He's just ready to just pump out the information any chance he gets for the players. The question always becomes, can they digest it? But it seems like they have a lot of faith in each other for kickoff.
Well, we're seeing another outlaw. Oh my goodness. Half armor, you get chewed right through. Relay bolt now just to keep them at bay, and he still taps away on that overdrive. It does tag up Borkum for a little second. He's down to half HP. The rest of them all pinned down and stuck inside of this cave.
I mean, if you watch the video that VCT Pacific put out, Benkai tried to tell him he's not the governor around here, but I think Talon's governor is here to stay.
Yeah, he looked pretty menacing in that video.
Governor's a pretty decent actor. That's what I found out in all these extra content. If you look at the Surf announcement video from Talon, Governor's shocked face is like legitimate shock.
Yeah, not to mention the one where we go through like all of Talon's roles, the hacker, the big brain, everything. I mean, the mastermind, excuse me.
Yeah, but so far, he's not going to need that backup plan for his career because this is a great first showing and a good call on the Outlaw buy as well. You have so many creds, but yet you want to make sure you're really snowballing the economy. You know that they don't have full buys this round.
Yeah, also just a good call. Like previous rounds, you know, Team Secret went B, it doesn't work out there, execute. So probably they're gonna go A, and it's a good call. It connects onto a third. Jesse Vash now trying to go for the close range duel, but Governor and Lenny swapped over the shorty. You can still shoot me for days. I'm gonna take you down.
Oh, it doesn't matter if the Outlaw only has 2 shots. We'll just add 2 more to the shorty. That's 4 shots always at the ready for Governor.
It's another 4.
It's another 2 plus 2. A little bit of a theme today. Oh man, that collab hurts. I mean,
especially for the player behind.
Yeah, this is just what a read from Talon. Good shots from Governor too, and good movement from Neon at the end. I mean, if you really want to dig all the way to the micromanagement of it.
Definitely.
Go, go, go. 15-1-5. A 15.0 KD, 7 rounds into his first match in VCT Pacific.
Pretty soon building up to his next ultimate. Ban on the operator now. Jeremy opping as well. But we've got that dimensional drift available. So that kind of cancels out any potential Viper's pits.
It's a good hold.
But I like, tapping the pause for Talon. Oh no, but it allows for Jeremy to find an opening pick.
Time to jump.
And then the trade.
Yeah, answer right back. And Jeremy was trying to get ready for it too, but Ban's just half a step quicker.
Now you've lost your head, Team Secret. It's going to be that much more difficult to push through. I mean, not unless, you know, I would have to think it's down to Envy.
Yeah, it's always so rough on Breeze. If your Jet is still the main operator, if you're trying to pick that up for the attack, obviously it's a great wild card. It's a great weapon to try to get the first pick, but as soon as they get picked off or you spend too much time, you just don't have a great way to break into sight. You're right, the null command's still available for Envy. That's an option. The KOs, they've gotten aggressive before.
Oh, there it is. Flash out. Oh, but the toxic screen timing! It blocks off the flash, allows for Governor to tap away, and he just finds them through that green curtain.
Yeah, by the way, no extra shots from Cruz on that because there's no assist, so it was just Governor getting Envy right through the toxic screen. He's my gosh.
That went a little bit too haywire. Borkum managing to bring things back under Team Secret's control. They picked up the players, they picked up the spike, but here comes Ban. Oh, dimensional drift. What is this quick switch up back to the shorty, but then shut down by Jesse Vash, the veteran, the experienced player, and he's still here to frag. Cruz, though, tries to fight back with the op, has to reload. I don't know if it's going to be good enough. Recon just makes him think about the other angle for just a second. Swapped over to the Vendel. A simple burst closes things out. Jesse Vash's reactions, not quite enough up against Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz, a good read in that very last second. Expects the possibility of Jesse Vash trying to get ahead of that cascade. He wins the 1v1, but that was a potential Jesse Vash moment there. The hero moments that we've come to know from the leader of the Filipino squad. Good shots from Governor and the decision from Ban. The quick swap over for the operator over to Cruz, immediately ults, and then just comes out of it, goes for the shorty, and if he dies, he's still there for the trade. A great decision.
Definitely makes your opponents feel a lot of pressure. Because you're not expecting him to come out of Dimensional Drift that quick.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that this team is very vocal, all individually. I've heard that they are always ready to speak their mind. They talk about it in their own videos as well. And that can always go two ways, right? I mean, you could really gel, but you could all really start to get in each other's ears, and the chemistry's not there. But so far, they are in sync. This new Talon roster.
Yeah. And look at these ideas, too. Viper's Pit. Cruz hiding inside of it. It's a little bit risky given the outro now. He tries to back out of it, but still lands a shot onto Envy anyway.
Like मैंने बोला था guys, TLN will be going to be win the
That's the problem, isn't it? It wasn't the Viper. The pit's still up. But oftentimes the Viper gets a little greedy, pushes out, you take them out, and then you think you're able to push through. But
because he won the
just another
that's why.
Sentry there to get one kill. And Ban now in mid. I mean, look at Talon's movement. Neon's all the way out in A main. They have full control of this map. And the double as well.
Wow.
Full control of the fights too. Pretty soon, Governor's going to come up from behind. Jesse Bash trying to do what he can.
Guys, nice one. That's
how much is going to be enough?
Crazy, awesome.
Oh, Governor's just going to let them up?
Yeah, I mean, didn't spot him. And the thing is, Team Secret also doesn't know that this would have been the Neon pushing all the way out, but now they say we don't really have a choice. Yup.
There we go.
Spotted him as well.
Now it's a 3-on-1. Jesse Vash might be able to get the spike plant, but that's about it.
So he needs side from the operator. He needs to get the plant.
Oh, it's because it's Neon too.
Yeah, he's trying to get the first pick. He's crouching down, but it's not enough.
Look, because he was watching the angle towards the entrance of Cave. He had no idea that Governor was already onto the other side. The high gear sprint just kind of throws off the time for a second.
So, guys, this is very awesome.
So round win has not dropped a single round since round 4.
TLN is going to be win, guys.
An incredible streak.
No matter what, TLN will win the match. Let's go.
Now, some Talon fans,
I'm going with TLN,
this
guys.
might be a little deja vu from last year where they also had a great showing
and thoughts,
at
guys,
lock-in.
Tell me.
And we had high hopes, but I would
TLN
say
is going to be the winner.
You are insane. I agree. I mean, these guys are looking so sharp in their aim, their decision making. 18, 2, and 5. The number just keeps going up for Governor.
Man,
I mean, the buck just doesn't stop.
It just keeps bucking. I gotta really think about what this could mean for the future because you know in their group they might have to play against DRX.
Crazy.
And still they're now suddenly dropping thanks to the pacing from Team Secret. Borkum going up on the aggressive. Jeremy trying to go up front. Shut down by Cruz thanks to the recon.
Okay,
but then Envy on the trade. Numbers advantage has been gained.
Secret finally answers back at the same pace, right? They say, okay, we'll drive it up to 11 as well.
It's awesome.
This time it pays off. Jeremy not getting picked off right on the entry. He's able to jiggle out and gets the first pick in return. And that's a good answer. Maybe a little late, but if they can chain that into 4, still a solid shot on Breeze.
Just getting an idea for Talon's game plan again. I mean, because some previous rounds, especially the first part of the map, they start to go really aggressive. Now they start to slow down a little bit.
And
good, guys. Team Secret sees that as an opening, and it works.
So yeah, the replay moment of the...
Yes, that was a lot of people.
Nice one.
And hopefully,
what do you think, guys?
Of course, the teams are able to deliver on the expectations, but Secret so far,
TS can win this match.
A shaky start, but they are on the attacking
is your
side
opinion,
again.
Guys?
4 rounds, I don't think that's too bad.
In your opinion, guys, still TTT will win.
Of course, always very useful, especially up against players like Governor and Ban.
In my opinion, guys, they can win both.
Talon switching things up a little bit. We still got that op on both sides.
Yeah, and Secret also used an early drone to
that's big and early.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know at least a position of 1.
They can
win. You know how to just target that guy. Oh, man, nice
If
try,
they will try,
Jeremy.
they will
definitely win, guys. And all of a sudden, Lenny tucks away. Just jiggling for info outside mid, but here comes Ban to do that job instead. Lenny is going for the Hunter 3 in towards B instead.
All this going on right now.
Still many people in sight, though. Backup's all here.
Whoa.
Ban just trying to hold the offense. I thought Lenny would have gone for
his space by
but
TS creating his space.
Good. Plays for the recon instead. Wait for his teammates to arrive on the scene. Getting a bit of a trade, and then comes Governor.
Let's see.
Numbers game prevails, and Talon continues.
Let's find it out
to win.
I mean, the backup's just way too quick. And of course, I think honestly, Lenny's had some incredible info gathering on the side of TLN. That previous round as well. And this one, he gets some solid pings onto Envy. And Envy tries to pop flash around. He's still tagged, gets shot through the smoke. Backup already. There, Governor wrapping all the way around the back of sight.
Awesome.
Talon's comms are good. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But all the concerns that I personally had about how does this team gonna gel in the very beginning of the year, they've thrown that right on the bin.
Cute match.
Looking really good. And if they can secure this first half head to 2, that would be even better.
Jeremy's alone.
Right here comes Team Secret.
Here,
oh my god, even alone.
is going on right now.
Awesome for revealing the location of the... So many of these players going up fast
teammates.
is just what Talon did not expect, and all of a sudden it's
all
down to Governor.
Is left in the
only an op, maybe a bit of utility, but no ultimate.
The way he's playing today, I say you hold your breath.
Okay.
Some
good reposition for Jesse. His back is covered by Jeremy as well.
Trying to bait out peaks with that fast lane.
No
doesn't have that much time. Maybe like 25 seconds left. If he wants to wrap back around to B main, that's not going to be enough.
What do you think?
It's just too many with the op, but we'll see what he can do.
Is gonna Ooh! Yes, that is so high. Guys, TS is going to win. What?
But here goes.
What a comeback, guys! What a
comeback!
comeback!
Half nonetheless, but great
9-3. It's a curse.
Towards the end.
9-3, it's a curse in the
Talon,
game.
We talked about the positives they've shown, and Team Secret. I think a big part of it is that they weren't quite sure of how to deal with Governor being so hot right off the rip.
Find it out. Let's find it out.
Obviously, in the pistol, it's just a kill through the smoke, and another time it was another kill through the smoke on A main, getting these first kills, and then the fast rotates from both the Neon and the Yoru. It seemed like they just didn't have quite an answer for that. The couple times they went for the execute, I mean, we saw it in the last round as well, but what I will say is that last round, the Reckoning comes out and they recognize if we don't just pile through right now, Jeremy's dead. He's on an island in the site all on his own. So they go in and they say, forget getting worried about getting stunned. If we kill and move forward, we won't be in the same position for the Reckoning. So let's just plow through.
Yeah,
and that gets them that so precious third round win.
Yeah, just trying to adapt to it because in the past,
TLS is
Jeremy
definitely going to win, but
that's the entire plan failed.
Definitely going to win.
And you can definitely see that there are some issues that they're trying to figure out. How Talon plays, especially now that they're going to swap over onto the attack. Warbirds looks serious.
Come on, guys.
See if Governor can do the same thing on attack. 19-4-5.
I mean, I think attack is where the Neon fast lane can provide that much more value. And on top of that, you've got crews, you've got Jit Boys, 2 more walls to work with.
Wow.
So again, Governor has been our MVP for this entire match. Ben a close second, everyone else following up on it.
TLN is going to win, guys.
And you're just wondering how much more they can do
guys, spam kar do
if they are to close out this map.
TLN is spam kar de, guys.
King Crash out there ready to join his teammates. Takes out the cam, and that's what the Euro can do, right? You can really start to toy with the Cypher setups, usually on the B side. Put the pressure. That draws out at least one more member, right? Cypher not as safe, can't get as much info without either one trip, one spy cam, things like that.
I like Jeremy's position, though. Just watching in case anyone does peek out, or if he wants to try to find Van. A little bit faster, and then Ben rendezvous with his team. Setting up for that A execute now. They think they've managed to buy enough time away from B site. If they can pinch down onto Envy, that would be great. But look at Envy, 180-degree flick, and he gets covered.
It's like 9-3, guys. If they will,
and then Jesse finds one more. Borko, however, feeling the pressure, has to back off, tries to find a better position. Close range duel, the classic, tries to right click. But you know what? It doesn't even matter because only Lenny is left. And with the IGL not able to frag out, it's going to be Team Secret picking up the pistol in the second half.
These are the clips we remember from 23, Envy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the 180 headshot as well. Lets the Neon pass, then walks out on a timing.
We have to be wait, guys.
Through, you know, just guards that fast lane. Good mind games around the Neon.
So controlled. I mean, like, oh yeah, throw all your utility. I mean, I'm not bothered by it whatsoever. Nice. Jesse finding shots too, all the way from the back of bridge. That's what you need from Team Secret. Now they've got the outlaw at the hands of Jeremy, and they can definitely dish out more damage.
Yeah, that's one of the big questions a lot of us had is Jeremy, he has to now play primary duelist, he has to play primary opper, and you know, of course the outlaw and things like that. See if it comes to fruition, but not on the A side just yet. we'll have to give up the plan.
This is crazy match is going on, guys.
Snake bite, stinger combo, spike dropped, and the rest of Talon scrambling for safety. Playing around the toxic screens too, though, it just gives up a lot more space, and with some blind shots being fired through, Jeremy finds one. Borkum not able to do all too much, but it's just a setup for Jeremy to find a little bit more. Envy coming up from behind too.
Picking the pace, guys.
And that's Talon just.
TS is picking the pace. Whether he will win or not, let's
it's
find
far
it
from over. Obviously,
like
they're
TS
able to carry over the 4 weapons that they did purchase.
It's
into
already
the bonus.
by
now,
9
the
3
greatest,
9 4
but you gotta remember again, this is a different comp. They've got the Cypher. They can really try to anchor around the site, work around the trips and the cyber cages, things like that on one side. Then you've got the Outlaw potentially on the other. A bit of a mishap there with the spike showing through, of course, the smoke, but at the end of the day, I don't know if it would have made a grand difference in the scheme of things.
Crazy. Awesome matches
came
going
down
on
to
right
buy
now.
Still, and Team Secret knowing how to play so far back. The onus is on Talon to really push up, and it's a little bit more difficult for them to do so given the current weaponry. But now, on to the next round. Team Secret's got to watch out. Talon's got to watch out for Jeremy still.
Aggressive push out from mid. He's just going to try to stick around. No contact.
Ooh. Okay, good recon from Jesse Vash as well.
Yeah, but this, I mean, Jesse Vash simply trying to let them know, like, if you want to come into B, you're going to have to use a lot more utility. And if they're not able to find the Cypher utility off of that, obviously it gets a lot tough. So Jesse Vash with a great read that this is going to funnel them into A. It's a bit of a gamble, but one that might pay off.
Yeah, it's going to cost you. If not, we're just going for that 4-on-5 retake. But we're also banking on the fact that NDG can anchor. That's something that Asterai said.
Envy holding close as well. Oh, no!
Wow.
Doesn't look like the first shot quite connecting. Not able to finish the kill, but the Spectre's here. The decoy!
Still manages to burn down Ban. But just trying to go full auto with all of these weapons, it's not quite enough. The close range duels, somehow Talon losing out in terms of numbers advantage. Still though, trying to go back to a little bit more safety. Lenny just holds out and swaps over to the high angle, gets down Jeremy. Wow, through the toxic screen though. Jesse Vash with the Sheriff still able to fire off shots.
Yeah, caught one glimpse of a Spectre, not the weapon you would want in a situation like this, but already damage done. One more kill and even the entire round possible, but no. Cruz watching from double doors will barely save the round for Talon, carrying over 2 rifles.
You can anchor, but can you clutch? With a Spectre, it's just that much more difficult, so it is what it is, but Team Secret managed to put up a bit of a fight. Talon, on the other hand, though, still, I think Lenny getting those 2 kills, Ban as well, I mean, pushing up front. Just fighting with all that force. And you can hear those communications again. It keeps the team alive, it keeps spirits up. And look at this, Governor up to 20 kills now.
Slow creeping up, not as quickly as we saw in the very beginning of the map, but obviously a lot more for him to do on the attacking side. A bit of a mishap on the flash there as well.
He tried to make the movement work though, but Borkum just managing to react that quickly. Another shot coming in from Jeremy as well, and all of a sudden Talon has to reconsider this entire round.
No, they'll spot at least one on halls, so Jesse Vash, no reason to greed this. You have control of double doors, you have control of the site. You can keep them trapped in the halls, it's not the worst scenario.
Yeah, if anything, Jit Boys has to, I don't know, like, either lurk or push up front. They're thinking about making use of the shoot into mid. That's not quite going to happen.
Oh, I don't mind this. The shock dart, right? You already showed one person up in halls. You send the shock dart to let them know that we're still thinking about taking over the space. And you just say, if we can keep that occupied, we should have a shot. But no, it's going to be a save. I mean, they don't have any explosive entry into the site. And of course, the Cypher most likely anchoring on B.
Yeah, 30 seconds. And look at the setup on B too. I don't think B is a site that they've explored all too much. So there are some unknown variables. They don't know exactly where these trips might be or where the cam is.
10 seconds left.
So there's really a lot to consider. Because remember, a couple rounds ago, we saw Jesse Vash just playing up around tunnel, around elbow a little bit. So they're still thinking that Team Secret setup might be 2 on B, 3 on A. So we don't want to toy with that too much, at least for this round.
Yeah, and you don't have the KO either, right? No way to just shut down that utility. So you have to really use everything you got, start to scout it out. And as you mentioned, haven't spent too many rounds figuring out NDG's preferred default setups. But if anyone's going to do it, it's got to be ban on that Yoru. Got it during the pistol round.
Yeah, if not ban, it's got to be Lenny with the shock darts. Again, information first. So back to the drawing board for Talon now as Team Secret starts to catch up. Jesse Vash kind of catching up in terms of kills too.
Oh, very aggressive shark dart into elbow. And Jesse's making the same call again, right? Just let them know that we are looking at elbow a bit heavy, and then let's try to reposition ourselves, shift the weight a little bit. But I think he correctly recognized the situation here. No solid info that they're working off of, so just a 2-1-2 default.
Swapped over with Jeremy too. NDG good to anchor, just as Asteroid said. Crash past the cyber cage, but now suddenly pushing into it, punished by Cruz. Gate crash allows Ben to sneak and infiltrate onto site, just as you mentioned, Will. And apart from that, look at what's happening on the map. He gets out. Jit Boys still holding up around elbow in case anyone crosses over from mid. Cruz, as long as he stays alive up over by pillar, he uses his utility. He's still got the Reckoning available. There's so much that Talon has invested into this round.
Oh, no.
Another shot. Jesse Vash out in the open. Borkum revealed by Ban. And that's Talon back into the game just where they left.
Envy had full utility ready to go, but Cruz just gets him right before he's able to set up the rest of his teammates. Obviously, the distance from each other, not exactly the ideal, but this gate crash was brilliant. Ban gate crashes into the site, so NDG has to wait, but then Cruz holds before pushing out of the cyber cage as they know that he now has to pick and choose the 50-50 between the Yoru and the decoy. And then they just pinch onto him. During all that, Ban's able to still get the first kill on site as well. And now, because they have that successful B execute, I mean, Team Secret, they can't really rest on their laurels on any part of the map.
Yeah, just trying to change up everything now. NDG swapping up his setup on towards B side as well. Jeremy trying to explore mid a little bit, maybe pull off something cheeky. But again, this high tide just makes him question a lot. But guess what? Talon's actually corralled up towards B instead. Just watching elbow.
A good read, you have to imagine, on what the potential is from Team Secret, right? Because they just pressured B successfully as well. Talon's read is that Team Secret has to push out to get info.
Apart from that too, I mean, that's what they're playing off of. Now they want to get their own info past enough time. Dimensional Drift does clear out a lot, so NDG has no choice but to relinquish the site.
Relay boats corralling him.
Ooh. Comboed with Ben and the Dimensional Crash. He gets out onto another one. Jesse Vash making a trade happen, so not impossible for Team Secret to come back.
Jeremy on the flank, but so is Lenny. Now this cuts the timer for Lenny quite short, but I don't think they're aware at all. So if Jit Boys can stay alive alongside Governor, this is huge.
Here
Gets one.
Lenny, all right. Managed to pull attention away. Envy turns back around. Toxic Screen back up, and Jit Boy still trying to keep things alive. Governor and Envy, though, suddenly pitched down. And with that, the spike available. They knew where Lenny was. They knew where he was about to show up. And Envy collects another round for Team Secret.
Team Secret immediately ups the tempo as soon as they recognize that Lenny gets the first kill on the flank. Instead of trying to say, well, one person watch for Lenny, and the rest of us will go in and go for 1v1, so they just say, well, he's still pretty far out. He would have to walk all the way up to Arches to be able to combat us and provide backup. So let's just push in and win these fights. And Jeremy's lurk, I mean, he catches sight alongside Cruz. They see each other in mid, and Jeremy just follows all the way. Good call.
So kind of just like forgetting for a second that although, yes, they might have been pushing out on defense, Team Secret, to get more info, they could also put themselves into deeper positions to lurk like what Jeremy did. And that gives them to that 7-11. Talon now calling their first timeout, trying to collect on those last 2 rounds.
Talon, they seem to have the number, especially in the first half, but the attacking side, I like the attempted hit onto B, that success that brought them their 11th round win, but not quite as much control around the map just yet. I mean, on defense, they were running amok. They held mid, they held pillar, they held both sides, they held A main. Sometimes they push out a B main, get that early pick.
Right here.
But on attack, I mean, first of all, not too many answers about pressuring mid, right? And this is allowing Team Secret to just say, all right, pressure one side, go back to 2-1-2 default, and then shift the weight over on a timer.
Oh, yeah. Haven't really gone through mid. Haven't really.
Let's go, guys. TLN will be definitely going to win this match. TLN will definitely going to be winning this matches.
Well, this is going to be finally the Yoru trying to shake up the utility from Cypherus. Jeremy gets the first kill.
Definitely TLN is going to be winning.
NDG was ready for this too. I mean, Ban got pinged by the camp, so he has to
they
slow down.
Only need to win, guys. Only 2 rounds, and
wreck the
TS
setup and the gate crash
needs
out.
to win 6 rounds, almost 6 rounds. Now let's see which if this round will win by TLN. Guys,
now
the match will be one-sided. TLN will definitely going to be winning
so always got a backup
match,
plan.
guys.
Okay, all the way up and through halls.
Just hold your hearts, guys. Hold your hands.
The information.
Let's
Jeremy's
see.
still staying tucked away and
We're
hidden.
going to be winning right now, guys. TS
so
all
Talon
players are
seems
active,
to have
and
heard and or
TLN
seen
one
Jesse
player
Vash
is
on the
down
rotate
right now.
back over to A. Now the recon just comes out, so they're both
Right
stuck
now,
in their
but
own
TS is
position.
getting
But the real question is,
advantages.
can they break into B? Because otherwise, Jeremy's just holding mid.
TS have advantage, guys.
And Talon doesn't
TS
have
advantage.
proof that Jeremy's here.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not even a guess.
Oh, guys, again,
like.
TS still TS have advantage. Oh, okay,
idea,
nice.
Not.
TS have totally advantage,
Team
guys.
Secret very much in control over the map. Van trying to fight back, but
Okay.
not for long. 5 HP. His teammate and the spike dropped.
Okay, now okay, guys, TLN will.
The round is over. I guess he's going for that save.
Guys, अभी breeze map हो रहा है,
left.
then इसके बाद
Yeah, I mean,
ascent
only
है,
5
फिर
HP
decide
and your
round जो होगा वो
econ's not
sunset में होगा.
exactly
Let's
even
see.
across the board.
यानी कि final match जो होगा जो
And we've
sunset
been
में
trading
होगा.
rounds back and forth,
और
so
जो बहुत ही
not
बेकार
quite
map
at the
है.
maximum loss streak
Yep.
bonus. Talon
You know, we
carrying
need
one
in
Vandal
sunset
over,
by sniper वाले
losing a
बहुत.
lot of steam. And this
Okay,
one,
so guys, TS has
it
already
could have
win the
very
round,
well
but
looked
TS has
different had
already
Lenny
win
been
the
alive,
round, man.
right?
TS
They
has
could have
already win
pressured
the
a lot
round.
more with the Soviet
And
utility,
chat,
but
come on,
now
tell me
Jeremy
who will going
seems
to
a bit
win
more
in
warmed
your
up, a
opinion.
bit more confident, digging deep to really
TS is
cut
going
up
to be winning
the
this
forces from
match
Talon
or
Esports.
TLN?
That's what we need to see them do,
Because
especially on this
TS is
defensive
also
side.
doing-
If they can
picking
repeat
his
that
pace back.
formula, it's going to be
TS
that much more
already
difficult for
picked
Talon.
his pace.
NDG going back to the
But TLN
slightly
is
different setup
not
still,
doing
but
anything.
heavily anchoring on the B side. The game plan has swapped back up to what we saw just a few rounds ago.
Wow.
A solo NDG on
Right
B.
now,
Yeah, but this is a retake from Team Secret. And they get the ping
if
onto
TLN
pretty
will
much
not do
everybody,
anything,
if
guys,
not
they will
literally
definitely going
everybody
to lose
on
this
the side
match.
of Talon. So backups now arrived as well. I mean, Talon, yeah, you have to reset at the very least.
Yeah, retake setup too. Talon has to reconsider their options, but given the time passed, they never quite know who might be on the other side.
Coming,
It's going to be
coming,
Jeremy with an
coming.
operator.
They suspect something.
1 pixel is all it takes. Shot hasn't been fired off. Oh,
Oh,
the movement from
missed.
Governor.
He missed.
A sudden
He
speed jumped over
Okay.
and carried
Jack
the
misses,
momentum through.
but
Jeremy repeats
Jeremy.
though. Is that good? The cascade pushes him away, and Governor wants to pressure it.
Oh, the
blade
Oh.
storm. Right click, and then Lenny with the shorty. Ben is here to assist as well. So although Governor dies, it's enough space for Talon to potentially take the site. High tide blocks off so much vision.
Spike gets planted.
okay, then the
This
match
plan,
is-
not bad. You could even go for a rotate, even the pit to make sure. I mean, this is going up to match point for Talon.
Oh,
And all they
crazy.
gotta do is to protect Viper right now. Up
But
around
TS
the
is going to
edges
be
of
by
this Viper's
breaking
pit.
everyone by.
Secret wants to attempt this
TS
so
is definitely
badly,
going to
but
win
it
by.
just looks
TS is
nigh
definitely going to
impossible.
win.
So many layers
Ah,
of safety. Cruz dies. We still got Jit Boys. We still
It's
got Ben
crazy,
and
man.
Lenny on the other side of Cave.
TS is
So it's the
definitely
call
going
for
to
Envy
be
to save
win
instead.
the match, guys.
Yeah, looking at their credits, I don't mind that they attempted to go into the pit. I mean, you just don't want to give over map point. And you still had another flash drive, a 0 point. You know, you get the first cheeky pick. Sure, there's a world.
Okay.
There's a world where a
Yeah.
story could be told, but not in that
The
one.
round
And
win by
Talon
TS,
goes
guys.
up
TS win the
to
round
map
now.
point.
Oh,
Lost
okay,
a lot of
TLN
steam
win
in
the
the
round.
second
Oh my
half.
god.
But It was only a
guys,
couple steps
so
up to
this
here.
match is gonna be interesting.
Picked it up again.
This match is picking his pace, and
might just also be Breeze on defense, and you know you got to figure out those openings,
right now.
and especially with Talon. I mean, Team Secret now starting to peek out a little bit more. They had to adapt, and adapt they did.
Yes, this should do.
Well, this is, it's actually giving me a bit of a nightmare flashback to when DRX just couldn't figure out how to attack on Breeze on an international stage. And a lot of it comes down to they keep tabs on the actual setup, and they're just trying to combat the setup itself on a site ban. Great opening kill, takes out the operator from the opposing side.
Don't just combat the setup, right? Combat the players.
Well, okay, sure, yes, combat the players as well. But what I'm trying to say is you want to work the map, right? If you're just saying, okay, well, they hide in this cubby, they have this strip, let's go in and break it and break it and break it. You still, at the end of the day, have to not only win the fight, but they make one micro adjustment, one change in timing, and it throws the entire thing off.
At the time of sniping, guys, they
now,
already
I would say Talon, a bit more flexibility here in the second half. Also, they didn't need to win as many rounds.
They have only 4 members, and in TLN, guys,
this time, Van's operator is the one who really shakes things up.
Now let's see.
The decoy as well makes Borkum feel a little bit uneasy.
That's awesome.
And then
that's
the fast
very
lane, they think it's going to be an A hit, but look at where the spike's headed towards.
Yeah, the nail in the coffin pretty much. Now, a pretty early call from Team Secret. They recognize this as they don't hear any more footsteps, but whoa, Governor flying high off of the boxes.
No way.
So guys, this is going to be a definitely win.
What a great debut on the Neon. And shit
TLN win the round, where
TLN
boys are
GG's, guys. Pick up the kill. 13 to 8. This first map goes to
TLN is, guys, OP boys.
A huge showing from
from
Governor. Obviously, ex-teammates with Rossi from T1, 2 members coming over from Turtle Troop, from the challenger scene in North America. And they're here to say that talent is not lacking on the other side of the globe. A great debut for Governor, but it is a best of 3. I think a lot of us perhaps expected a bit more from Team Secret in terms of the mid-rounding, the adjustment,
guys, now they will take a 5-minute break, then they will start another match, another round will starting.
And I guess we're going to leave the rest for our analysts to pick up.
So stay tuned, guys, stay tuned for the matches, stay tuned for the live stream.
Showing what they're made of on Breeze. Governor on the
TLN
Outlaw.
already win the match.
Absolutely insane. It was like that content piece he did with the Outlaw.
Let's see,
He definitely is
SN
a Neon player as well.
Who will dominate the SN
yeah,
map?
I mean, he's had plenty of experience with Neon, but this was
TLN?
still a bit of a different flavor. Like we said, a bit of a mashup from the comps that we saw yesterday on Breeze. They come out here with that Neon alongside the Yoru, and I mean, it was Governor and Van shining through, and this is really strong when you have 2 players that are also very well versed with that operator, which is snipers in general in their hands. We saw Ban picking up some kills there on the back end with that op. Just a very fearsome double duelist setup that Talon has right now.
Yeah, when you look at the compositions, right, from the start of this entire game, you, especially with Talon's comp, it's very specialized, and you immediately see the big win condition that Talon needs is a lot of contact, a lot of aggressive contact, and they were so good at that. And what TS needed to do was to try to counteract that when they were on the attacking side, which means that a lot of the pressure relied on Jeremy being able to find openings into the side. Unfortunately, you saw he was just dashing in, getting caught, getting punished by Governor, and then everyone else from Team Secret was just walking up, dying to or taking extra damage from the Viper utility, and then Governor's just there to say 3 kills for me, and then it just kind of happened over and over again until we ended like a 9-3 in the first half.
Yeah, just fairly brutal here. I mean, Team Secret, granted, this isn't a map that they're the most proficient on. I don't think it's necessarily done yet, but I mean, if Governor is going to be playing like that, playing like this with the sniper coming into his hands, then Ascent is still a very scary prospect because you can very easily just flip over onto that jet. Hell, you can even have Ban play the jet and Governor play something else going into Ascent if it's not a double duelist setup. But if Talon continue to cook, if they continue to have some unique looks as far as their strategies are concerned on certain maps, maybe they have something different for Ascent as well.
Now, what kind of improvements do we want to see from Team Secret? Jeremy was on the jet there, but I think there were some critical moments that he missed. And what's it gonna take for Secret to step up going into Ascent?
The thing is, I think Secret before already had some really good entry setups, and that's why I think they were so feared, you know, when they had those good days back in 2023 for Pacifically. But this time it just feels like they're letting Jeremy do everything by himself. We don't see the follow-up, the kind of back and forth he has with Jesse Bash, no support utility for Borkum. It's just the standard setups that you kind of see with these kind of agent pickups, and that's not going to be enough against Talon. So they, at least in terms of improvement, they really need to have that support system for Jeremy. He can't just be alone when he's going to be having to go up against a possible double duelist in the form of Ban and Governor.
Yeah, I mean, also when he's going into these sites, I mean, we see four first kills, 4 first deaths for Jeremy. It's very much the same for Governor on the opposite side, but when you have that secondary, not initiator, but secondary duelist there in Ban, you're able to capitalize a lot more if Governor does go down. And more often than not, especially that first half, Governor was entering and no one was able to stop him at all. Jeremy, when he's getting traded, it's that trade back hasn't really been there in a lot of these rounds from Team Secret. We see him going out trying to get a line with an operator. He ends up getting picked off. But also just some of these shots that he absolutely should have when he set up over there in A main, staring down over towards the defender's spawn. Governor swings that corner. Jeremy should have that shot pretty much 100% of the time, but the whiff comes in, they manage to hound him down, and then they close out the map from there. It's just, we need to see those shots coming through. I mean, does Jeremy look improved when it comes down to the opping compared to what we've seen in the past? Yes, I would say that he has, but I don't think it's at that top level right now, and there are so many great offers in this league that you're going to have to contend with at some point.
I'm really liking this iteration of Talon, whatever it is. The crew's also very different kind of energy this year. You watched him on the cam, on the player cam. He just looks cool as a cucumber throughout the entire match. He's not overly, yes, very zen. Not overly, no overheating happening on, at least on his side. When they got like 6-7 consecutive in a row.
And that's what they kind of want from an IGL, right? You were talking about how in the green room, wow, it looks like they were overheating a little bit, you know, chasing the kills, both Ban and Governor.
Hello, Chota Band, kya haal hai yaar? Kaise ho? Hello, brother. Hello, brother. Welcome to my stream, boy. Kaise ho?
I mean, having sat down with these guys,
Chota Band, thank you for subscribing my YouTube channel, bro. Kaise ho?
Excited to finally just have their match. Chota Band. They wanted to view their compositions to the world. You know, finally play against the other teams that are in this league. Because again, everybody has.
I'm Chota Band, boy. That's why I'm saying, bro. What?
Within this tournament has been scrimming against
Chota Band, Bada
each other.
What?
Maybe
Are you
barring
mocking me?
A couple exceptions.
Are you joking
they've been
me?
keeping everything locked away, just hiding it from the opponent's eyes.
Are you trying to mock me?
Put it out on display, and they finally have done that. And I think that did lead
By
a
the
lot
way, where are
towards them getting a bit
you from?
overzealous, having a bit
guys?
too much
Where
fun.
are you
Like we
from?
said, chasing after those kills. There's a couple times where Governor was very clearly
From
just
which
trying to
country or
pad
which
the
place
stats,
you are?
and
I'm a
we
new
ended up
viewer.
cutting down
Okay,
his
Chota
ACS
Band,
a
nice
little
one.
bit there. But as long as Frost in his
Wow.
downtime, as they get ready to go into
Crazy,
map 2,
crazy,
if they
crazy,
can rein
crazy.
them in a little bit more, if they have that kind of
Now
hot
watch.
start, then I think that they're going to still be in a really strong
Tell me
position.
something more
Team
about you,
Secret,
Chota Band.
Right now, it's more about, okay, you had a slight
Come on,
warm-up
tell
in
me
that second
something
half.
more
You
about
started
you,
getting
Chota Band. Come on, Chota Band, tell me something more about you.
Start off hot like we saw from the side of
Buddy,
Talon,
tell me.
and just take that early lead and run away with it and take us to map 3.
While, you know, we're saying that a lot of the teams have been hiding a lot of their game plan for the season.
Chota Band,
this
tell me
year, so we
something
haven't
more
seen a lot
about
of
you,
them, especially
yourself,
Talon,
about you,
especially
bro.
teams that have a lot of changes.
I am
But
from
with
your
this
heart.
said,
Oh
and
my
with
god,
Team
my
Secret,
favorite
we've
food is
seen-
Olu.
We have a lot of data to go off.
And my
Yeah, absolutely.
favorite thing
Again,
is,
Team
it
Secret
is
has
aloo ki
gotten,
sabji.
Probably their most successful.
I know,
games
Chota
on
Band,
the
you
Ascent
are
map,
aloo ki
and probably
sabji, yes.
because every
Now I
single
can
time that they
understand you
played
are the
it,
aloo di
it's always
sabji.
the same composition over and over again.
Aloo
It's
kya haal
the
hai?
double initiator with the Sova and the KO, and so on and so forth. You get yourself the jet
Now
and
what?
everything.
You like the
But,
stream or not?
I mean, at this point, they might just have to think
Are you
about
still liking
Talon
the
might
stream?
have a different approach in this one, kind of
Do you like the stream?
change the status quo, and Team Secret might not be aware of this. But what is going to be at least better right now, at least compared to Breeze, if I'm just, you know, hyper analyzing a little
The
bit.
next matches,
NDG
guys,
and
are starting
Envy,
in
the
very,
two
very
most recent pickups
very
for
soon,
Team
guys. The
Secret weren't really
next
given a
match is
chance to
starting.
do anything
So
on the
just wait.
first half because it
आज
feels like
ban
they
खुल
had
जाएगा.
almost
Okay,
all
nice one.
Jeremy, and they kind of get punished every single
Congratulations,
every
TS
single
बहुत
time.
बेकार खेल
On the
रही है.
second half, when they were on defense, you
वही
saw
तो
that
मैं
they
भी
had
कह रहा हूँ भाई,
more chances.
TLN
So,
भाई
Ascent as a
जीतेगी.
map, whether it's
Definitely, but
allows
Ascent map
you
is
to
kind
have
of
those more
है ना.
individualistic
Ascent
plays.
map
So
थोड़ा
I
सा
feel like
यूनिक
they
है.
have a lot
मिड में
more
स्नाइपिंग हो सकती है,
opportunity
ए
now
और बी
to
स्पॉट पे
influence the game
पे भी
compared
स्नाइपिंग हो
to
सकती है. तो
this
लेट्स सी
first map, but
इसके अंदर
still
कौन
is,
जीतेगा.
to be seen.
I'm just curious, you know, as well
इसके अंदर
for
मे बी
Secret,
शायद
they have
से
something up their sleeve
लेट्स
that
सी.
was sent because there is
रात को 8
plenty
बजे
of
खेलूंगा.
games
ओके,
of
डन
how
सीन
they
है.
like to
अगर
play this map.
उस
So
समय
either there
कोई
needs to be a
टूर्नामेंट
big
नहीं हो रहा होगा तो
compositional
खेलेंगे.
difference, as far as what agents they're selecting, or a really
फिलहाल भाई
big
देखते हैं
change in
टूर्नामेंट सभी
the
थोड़ा सा
pace, the
टूर्नामेंट्स
setups
को
that they
वो
have
कर
as
रहे
they
हैं.
go to attack these sites, because again with Talon, you don't know what to expect with these 5 players.
Ascent बहुत defender side है. Yes, yeah, you can say so.
It's mostly just going to be, okay, we're going for Ascent because
Ascent is kind of
historically
defender
we've been
side है.
very good at this, then
अटैकिंग बट डिपेंड करता है ना कि ये लोग कैसे प्लेयर सेलेक्ट करेंगे. बोथ स्क्वाड. नाउ दे आर 5 मिनट्स का ब्रेक था गाइस. ब्रेक के बाद आप सभी का वापस से स्वागत है. 5 मिनट्स का ब्रेक था गाइस. आई होप गाइस मैंने कैम ऑफ कर रखा है इसलिए ताकि तुम्हें प्रॉपर एकदम प्रॉपर व्यूज वगैरह मिल, मतलब प्रॉपर गेम का मजा है तुम्हें, इसलिए मैंने अपना कैम ऑफ कर रखा है. इज दैट ओके विद यू ऑल गाइस, या फिर मेरे को कैम ऑन करना चाहिए? क्या कहते हो चैट? क्या मुझे कैम ऑन करना चाहिए या नहीं, या फिर ऐसे मजा आ रहा है तुम्हें? You all guys liking this in this
status quo, so it's going to be about how the approach will be. I will say this though, at least looking at Jeremy's performance,
it's like awesome, dude. Awesome, dude. Awesome. This is awesome.
He was actually pretty successful at creating those 1v1 duels that
now let's see, but
so maybe he was able to isolate a couple of fights.
Oh, nice one guys. They have not choosing, I guess they're choosing okay, Omen, Jet,
that really is
KZ.
that is going to be so beneficial.
KZ is going to be na B side.
It really just goes back.
कॉर्नर में डालो कैम, बॉटम राइट में कैम ऑन करके छोटा कर दो. अरे ठीक है यार, कोई चीज ना, ऐसे भी ठीक है. कैम ऑन करना पड़ेगा या ऐसे ठीक नहीं लग रहा है. या कैम चाहिए ही चाहिए.
Our second map of Ascent, we got Team Secret versus Talon. Are we going to go to a map 3 or does it stop here on Ascent?
I guess.
Let's find it out, guys.
I guess that is the question, right? Shovey Ninja asked, right? Achilles. I mean, it's gonna be Ascent.
Okay, guys. So the match is already started. So let's find. Boop.
Well, there was a part of me that hoped. You know, we saw the Neon and
the match is already started.
All right, Talon's cooking. And they said even Ascent can't be cooked anymore. It is perfect. We gotta just let the steak rest forever, as it is just.
Let's find it out.
But I mean, even whether it's the
फैन भाई का आवाज नहीं सुना तो क्या ही लाइफ के. अरे ऐसा क्यों यार? Now let's the match first round begin guys. आज मस्त गुजराती खाना खाया. अरे नाइस वन भाई, गुजराती खाना खाने. ओह, गुजराती खाने में क्या खाया भाई? Wow. So guys, the match is already started. Let's find it out in this map. Who will going to be win guys? Who will gonna be win? It's the TLN or TS.
Might not know too much about what Talon might do.
क्या मुझे वो डालना चाहिए? ओह, क्या एम था भाई?
Not quite finding the shots now.
Crazy.
Into it. Governor still with that share, trying to make it work. Managing to take down NDG now.
NDG just wanted one piece of the action. He can't land enough shots to get the assist there, and Jeremy just
crazy.
Not quite safe in the sight.
Crazy map.
That's a good enough pickup that it gives their numbers advantage, even though Governor is pretty low. Spike point goes down, and at this point, just a clean retake is all it needs.
Oh, the turret just doing a little extra chip damage.
Let's find it out
in a pistol round.
Oh no.
Oh, the ping.
Let's go.
He was ready for it. He was crouched.
भाई गुजराती खाने में क्या खाया ब्रो? बताया तो नहीं छोटा भाई.
Can't find the headshot either.
Come on, tell me bro.
Listen,
tell me something more about. 78% people कह रहे भाई कि TLN जीतेगी. Let's find it out भाई. फिलहाल first round by TLN is going to be. Oh, wow, TLN is guys back in the business. ढोकला, मिक्स वेज, पनीर, छाछ, चीज, बास्केट, चमचम, पुदीना, मसाला, राइस, पापड़, दाल, कादी. तुम ये वो सीधे कहते ना यार, आज गए थे तुम. मैं
turned him off a little bit.
You are going to be in the
and it makes you wonder, are they going to push out again?
Well, with these weapons, surely not. Although maybe
I'm coming in 2 minutes, guys. Just watch the stream. I'm coming in 2 minutes.
Governor, paranoia to support.
Okay, seems like Talon did have a discussion about greeting and overheating for stats. Obviously, just a second round.
अंजे भाई टेस्टी फूड तो बोलोगे यार. मेरे को आपका ये सुन के मेरे को भूख लग गई भाई. मैं आ रहा हूँ कुछ लेके अपने लिए.
They know that there's still members here. Talon has no reason to give the entire area for free, and even if they do, turret and nano swarms there to just chip away at every member.
And at the same time, just wanting to make sure they.
Guys, come on, like कर दो, share कर दो, subscribe and follow करना मत भूलना. So guys, देखो जो भी पिस्टल राउंड पहले जीतता है ना, बेसिकली वो होता है तुम्हारा. जो भी बेसिकली होता है ना, आ जाओ ब्रो, खाना सॉरी है
Smoke gives it away, but at least
खाना
he gets
जरूरी
the
है हाँ
spike
भाई
back.
आ रहे हैं बस खा के कुछ लेके आता हूँ खाने के लिए
So it's a good enough win for Team Secret.
जब तक तुम लोग
Now
स्ट्रीम
can
देखो
Talon
मैं
make
आता
this a
हूँ
flawless win?
5
Surely
मिनट में
not quick enough. The rest of them trying to wall bang through. We do have an Ares, so might as well try to make it happen. But here comes NDG. A good shot from the back of Boathouse, but Governor is just that much sharper as well. Okay, Van with the Guardian, and then Lenny with a Ghost. Why not? 4 out of 5 weapons saved. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Good shots from Governor. He's continuing to put up highlights for Talon, putting them back on the board, putting them back in discussion for VCT Pacific. We'll see if he can continue. You know, the desk talked about a little bit of overheating, you know, towards the end, trying to pad those stats. But I mean, with these kind of performances, as long as it, you know, ends on a happy note, I don't know if you can blame him too much. At least for today, he's riding that momentum. And this is a player that came in and just started confidently talking before even playing one official in Pacific, right? Said he thinks he can fight everybody here. He's been very outspoken in all of their videos so far, building up to kickoff. And now he's here to back up the talk.
He's got that confidence. 5 kills already in round 2. 1 point away from the Blade Storm. Not much of the same can be said for, unfortunately, oh dear Jeremy, just for the time being. They are trying to attack though, so we'll give them that. But Governor continues to wreak havoc outside of B main. NDG was not expecting that. Team Secret needs to find another option into a site.
It's going to be a smoke to try to block off main, but they do know that it should be a split here.
Ooh, okay, Jeremy got the movement. Tries to bypass the space. It does allow them into the site, although the wall banks from Lenny are just firing off. At the very least, we've got the site now.
I wonder if it's going to be at least one person going for the long wraparound. Doesn't look like it, so just a two-way retake coming in through tree.
Well, Vash might be the one wrapping around instead. Has to make it quick enough, though. The rest of the team got to stay alive enough. But here comes Governor. Blade Storm available. He goes up at the ready.
Oh, man.
3rd kill under his belt. Now he's looking for the last. Doesn't quite get onto Jesse Vash, but it's enough for Ben to stick the spike. Gets up almost at the half, but just not quite secure enough to take down Jesse Vash.
Round 3 is not the round you want to overheat on for kills. I mean, listen, quite frankly, he was definitely feeling the momentum. His movement was good. On to the retake. And if he did get the kill, it would have been the thumbnail of the highlight for this match for sure if they end up winning the entire thing. But it gives just enough room for Jesse Vash. And this is why Team Secret was always getting so close last year. Even if they had a rough match, even if they have rough rounds, they have these players who are able to just kind of calm things down and stop the bleeding, buy them enough time to regroup. That is the threat for Team Secret. And it might not seem like much, but it is just enough.
Yeah, they've played enough games to know, like, calm down, it's all good. I can still bring things back. And now with that 2-1 score, we're looking to turn it to a 2-2, hopefully. Lenny has an Odin, though.
Yeah, very desperate, too, because while, yeah, it was a clutch, that's not what you want to see on the 3rd round on your bye round.
Wow, just quick, simple execute. Paranoia out as well. Crew's trying to hold things back. A little bit off on the Shrouded Step play, but still able to gun him down regardless. Jesse Vash with Hunter's Fury in as well. Now the rest of them with that Odin almost trying to connect, but Envy manages to stay alive. Now options available are just heaven. Not quite so much door, but they have no idea that NDG is right around that spot.
I mean, with the type of util they have available, yeah, I'm not surprised it's safe. Sure, you got the recon on the drone, but
fair enough.
Yeah, you would need to use it a bit further back if you don't want to get spammed out, as Lenny's pretty low. Then you would have needed to jump right on it. No flashes as well. No information on tree, like you mentioned. And NDG was there, so good positioning by NDG. Very quick on that backup, should the retake have come through. Secret looking a bit more alive on one of their favorite maps from 2023.
I mean, when it's that much rehearsed, the executes are fast, they're decisive, they're impactful. Meanwhile, for Talon, you know, it does feel as though some of this carries over from, you know, the previous map on Breeze. When the pace gets switched up against them, and when it's a rush coming out from Team Secret, they can't really hold it down all too well sometimes.
Yeah, and this is actually why Team Secret had such a good win rate, right? If you think back, this was another team that used to just say, okay, once we figure out where they're weaker, we just keep going.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Don't fix what's not broke. The same thing happened on Haven, of course, a couple of times, especially against teams like DRX.
Yeah.
Happened on Ascent. And they just know that if you're going to still go for defaults, we will always have the numbers advantage. Let's see if that continues to be the trend today.
Right here.
I mean, again, we keep talking about one of the teams that made the least changes coming into 2024, so you imagine the calling, the philosophy, the speed, everything should be similar.
Well, they are switching up the pace just for now.
A good round to take some mid control, put some pressure, see if you can get sight of those alarm bots. Not going to dig deep enough, but he has no idea that there's so many members wrapping all the way around him. From short, they don't peek out all the way.
Still trying to find that opening pick, though. Just trying to push through a little bit, but then smoked off immediately by Cruz. Talon controlling the map for the time being.
I mean, great save. Oh, I was going to say earlier from Jesse Vash to keep Jeremy alive, but Governor will find a kill nonetheless, this time on main.
Take flight.
And with that now, just might be able to prevent Team Secret from smoking things off. Lenny, sensing that the hit is headed towards B, sends out the recon.
30 seconds left.
And then everyone's ready to fire and let it rip. Jit Boys, triple kill back-to-back. Governor getting the last one onto Jeremy. Everything lines up for Talon.
Great hold, the recon at an angle where you'd have to get pinged to clear it out. And then you have someone still holding close, a bit of an off angle with that Vandal, not holding close to the wall, not holding far out with an Odin. Try to go for a peek, but good reset after the first kill for Jit Boys. And he was one of the members that we all thought last year showed so much consistency, so much just good value for talent to build upon. It's great to see him return in form.
Get out of my way.
Especially on this Sentinel role. On this map, too, he had some great moments. Still, though, Team Secret very much in the game. Jeremy with the Blade Storm. Let's see if he can make some magic work. They're headed towards A with another A split, setting up for that execute.
Bots one. Oh, didn't see him on the minimap, so his teammates get the trade, but gets stuck on the door.
A little bit unfortunate, but here comes the Shrouded Step. The decoy play for Envy to peek out, but it's just a trade. 3-on-3 now, and although there is space for Team Secret, it's still a little bit risky to get the spike down. Okay, they managed to make it happen. No wall banks just yet. We also have NDG just kind of lurking around mid, so that's the idea now.
NDG is the big one. The timing is going to be so crucial because Jitboy suspects it, but NDG just needs to be patient. His teammates are still alive. He doesn't need to be the one that gets first contact. Oh, no.
Peeked out a little bit too early. Now, Envy might have some utility, but he's just pinched down. Recon in, has to make his shots ring true, but Lenny just sprays it down with an Odin.
Thanks.
And that's Talon with the 4th win.
I mean, I held my breath on that one. Envy's had some nutty highlights last year. So there was a possibility, but it's always, those are things that look like miracles. And so far, Talon still looking like the team that's just put together a bit more, which is the crazy part. An entirely new roster, right? Only 2 members, so not exactly a core moving on from last year.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of performances from Governor, and now a little bit more from Jit Boys. I'm telling you, don't doubt Lenny. And now he's got this Odin. There's no way that Envy could have made it out of that one, especially if Lenny's just spraying as he falls down. On to the next round, though. Again, Talon switching out their positions. A little bit more of a stack on A, but reading things wrong. It's going to be Team Secret that's enabled into B.
Yeah, well, of course, the null command on the other side, and they have their own lockdown. So this is a read for read.
Retake.
Yeah, now their own null command coming out first. I like it. Denies the potential response from Envy.
Have a smoke. Yeah, there it is for B main. Governor gets an opening shot. 2 players isolated on the other side, and it allows for Governor to swing up on towards B. And then Cruz just to decimate anyone hiding inside of B main. Talon makes it a quick round, a flawless round, and a retake.
I mean, forget the frags itself. Lenny's calling has been very solid on the defensive side of both maps. I mean, this one, it's one of those very standard things just because Ascent is such a known value now across the entire world, but you keep tabs on the ultimates, right? You keep tabs on what the ping pong has been across the sites, and you say MTB site, we've got more tools to go for retakes. Now, obviously, if Envy had used null command to start with, it's even more value that they get out of it. But since they don't, they immediately pop their null command first, a little bit early, to deny that response, so they're able to go in a bit stronger on the retake.
And that's what they needed, especially with that pacing coming through. As soon as they secure a strong lead, that's great.
And this time it's an A empty as well, because that null command is still available. They're just letting this happen. They still have the lockdown for the retake on A. I mean, Lenny is reading Team Secret's habits.
Great anticipation. Null command doesn't connect onto anything, and as soon as that timer runs out, Talon's
okay, guys, I'm back.
You've got the Hunter's Fury.
Kaiser
How does
back.
Team Secret respond to
Let's go.
Gets this. Oh no, it's so clean. He finds one more as well. Does get traded.
And even with the one-way, it just enables for Governor to find a little bit more, jumps back out, another shot through. Jeremy tries to spray transfer over, but it's pressured into shooting down this lockdown instead. Legend goes in for the chase, and it's Governor with the short hit that gets it instead. NDG all the way from A main, can't find the angles.
You know, it does seem like at times that NDG isn't quite able to get a hold of himself. You know, it looks like it's just a bit too chaotic. It's just a bit things moving too fast. A little overwhelming, perhaps. Obviously, a big debut stage for him. Coming up onto a big land stage against VCT teams here in Pacific. But we're not seeing moments that live up to the hype and expectation a lot of people had.
Not quite enough. I mean, we've seen him able to anchor, but not quite so much with the clutches, and especially with Talon now retaking sites. The post plants, it's a little bit shaky, and with the score 6-2 right now, if Team Secret doesn't fix things, this match could be over.
Sure. I mean, yes, again, Ascent, etc., defensive half, but the way things are looking now, it looks like they're well on their way to at least another 9-3 half, which is what they had on Breeze. Starting on that defense. The calls from Lenny are good. Good reads on to Jesse Vash and Team Secret. I mean, what a way to prove a point for Lenny. Sitting behind this 5-man roster all year last year, only getting one chance, and not exactly a fair one, when he had to play the one map against DRX.
Yeah, he's finally getting his chance. I mean, round 7 and 8 says so much. But of course, now off the timeout, what does Team Secret have in store for us?
Well, first of all, they got to quiet down Governor once again. 14-2-1. Still with the op on that jet.
Okay. Oh, Lenny. Oh, Lenny. IGL for IGL.
Yeah, and that spam, it just comes up every so often enough that you almost forget about it, right? The B main one is there every day, all day, but the one in mid, like everyone knows it can be done, but it just doesn't happen every round.
It's another read though, because he knew there was going to be that Aldro being committed. As soon as he saw it fly up, he went in for that spray, but here comes NDG now, trying to open things up against Governor. So Star Duel is gone, Jit Boys with a bit of a trade. And we're back to a 3-on-3. Space created, and all of a sudden it's a mid to A adaptation from Team Secret. Can Cruz play against this? Ben just peeks out.
यश आयुष भाई आ गए हम.
And all that's left is going to be Envy on a 1-on-3.
है तुम बिरयानी खाया आयुष भाई? देखा यार.
He has time. He wants to
तुम
make
बिरयानी खा रहे हैं?
Oh, the best option he's had.
40 seconds. Oh. Crouch spray commitment from Ben, and he's just tagged up.
I want to see that swivel from Ban, because it just looked like Jeremy was going to have the kill if Ban didn't peek out with a pre-fire. Not sure if we'll get a chance to see it, but Ban, he's been free. Another, and this time it is on the KO, right? So it's not necessarily about putting him on the jet. Last year, it was only on the jet that he looked confident.
Crazy map is going on, भाई. अब आए हाँ, yes, आ गए हम. और कुछ बताया आयुष भाई? भाई यार ये तो बड़ा आज 4th Sunday लगातार खा रहा. अरे वाह, nice one.
And it's paying off.
There's that bit of a duo, and it certainly works out well. Apart from that, I mean, just no. The game plan from Team Secret.
Nice one, Ash, bhai.
Jeremy has okay. A little bit to say, but not all too much. 3 on 4. Spike getting planted, but retakes are underway.
You know, not to say anything about necessarily the cleanliness or whether you overheat or not, but the style that Governor is playing, he is playing like a world-class duelist. He's playing as if he just simply can't.
खेलने वाली स्ट्रीम कब होगी भाई? होगी 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 होगी.
Yeah, actually really mechanically insane. I mean, there's so much that he's doing, jumping around.
खेलने वाली स्ट्रीम भी होगी. That's why don't worry.
The interesting part is the team backs him up. I mean, if they didn't, a lot of these rounds would actually end up looking like overheats. There are rounds where he is going to drop a weapon. There are rounds where maybe the updraft is a little too eager, but the trades are there that either dies. It's a very clean win for the team. And the pace that Talon has right now is exactly what a player like Governor would want. If he wants to go in and take every fight, assume that he's going to win. He wants back to
most probably हो सकता है अपन वो खेलेंगे Call of Duty Mobile.
Side for Talon.
The follow through the relays, and now, you know, he's up 17-3.
I mean, Team Secret would want nothing more than to make this a 4-8 half.
Call of Duty Mobile नहीं तो
angles as well now down towards
Valorant ही खेलेंगे.
We do have
no problem.
Players trying to creep up on catwalk. Governor has a very good chance at spotting all of them.
Wow, no one.
Guys, like करो यार, हम तो शायद नहीं खेल सकता है. कोई नहीं. ये भी खेलेंगे, BGMI भी, अरे Valorant भी खेलेंगे और वो भी खेलेंगे, दोनों खेलेंगे. थोड़ा देर Call of Duty Mobile और फिर थोड़ा देर Valorant या BGMI भी में भी खेल सकते हैं. देखते हैं जैसा सिचुएशन रहेगा वैसा खेल लेंगे.
Odin will put up a bit of a roadblock though as the sprays cut and beat in half. Make that a 4 kills.
Lenny, the quick swivel
by
to
Odin.
Jeremy. I thought Jeremy was going to have a timing there, jumping up. Odin
by Rosa.
Lenny,
this is. I'm telling you, this is that Lenny that I saw from Fleet Esports like 2 years ago.
Well, I'm glad someone's keeping that memory because it's coming back. I mean, the Hunter's Fury, great. Part of it, Borkum kind of hoping that he wasn't spotted because of the first shot missed. But then Lenny, the fact that he's keeping the focus as well on how
Talon तो जी वार दे रही है, वही तो कह रहा मैं भी. Talon जीतेगी भाई. TS हारने वाली है.
That was all they needed. And also not changing up all too much. The game plan still sound, still good. Odin's
Jet enter कर गई, Jet enter कर गई.
Just a bit of a peek and it takes down NDG.
Jet enter कर चुकी है.
Jeremy though, Bladestorm at the ready.
Jet dash मार के enter किया था.
Get to work.
Yep. Just as I see.
Just one more round. 3-9. Hope for the curse.
Jet enter कर चुकी है भाई. Side के अंदर.
That 9-3.
हो.
But Governor, what?
I'm telling you, Governor doesn't think there's a single person that can stop him in the server.
He's overflowing with confidence right now, and he's supported by Ben of all things right now.
Player standing.
A bit of a trade.
Crazy map,
oh man, Jesse Vash quick on the trigger, but Ben a good read on the situation.
Switching sides.
I mean, count on Jesse Vash to bring home
the
few rounds that they've had.
By 9-3.
3-9. The attacking side, I mean,
9-3 का मैच है भाई. लिखते हैं कौन जीतेगा.
And on Ascent, it's even tougher because again, the playbook is just so textbook across the entire world that if you're bringing out this composition, everyone knows the options. It's just a matter of a chess game and the flow chart of who stays one step
जो भी
ahead.
जीतेगा इसमें ये वाला होगा. इसके बाद फिर इसके बाद sunset होगा मैप. हाफ टाइम हो गया. बस स्टार्ट होने वाला है.
At times when they switch up the pace, they might be able to sneak away a round or two, especially when Jesse Vash is there to clutch things out. But if not for that, it definitely looks like, you know, we've got Governor.
चैट यार स्ट्रीम को लाइक करो यार. तुम लोग शॉर्ट्स की स्ट्रीम को भी लाइक नहीं करते यार.
Staying one step ahead in that chess game, like you mentioned.
भाई टोटल 3 मैचेस होते हैं ना.
Okay, round once again, ever so important.
3 मैचेस जो 2 जीतेगा वो विनर.
Frost speaking his mind.
But let's see.
The contrast.
I know.
Warverts, it doesn't say anything.
What will happen?
He also just seems like he's just racking his brain.
अभी तो भाई देखो 12-15 मैच.
I think part of it
क्या खेल रहे टैरन भाई. वही तो कह रहा मैं यार. बहुत सेक्सी खेल रहे हो.
Right? And then the shots as well. And listen, if the players aren't hitting the shots that they normally would, what do you say at that point?
धागा खोल दिया भाई इन्होंने.
I mean, I guess if you're head coach Solo Genji, you actually do tell them to just pick up their guns and hit their shots. And, or if you're Alex of Paper X, right? It works for some teams, but yeah.
Morale boost, you know, is something that's needed sometimes.
भाई awesome खेल लिया यार.
That depends on, you know, player to
Yeah
player
guys,
personality,
like करो stream को यार. Come on guys, like
that
करें
is
stream
part
को,
of it.
share करें,
Secret.
subscribe
You
करना
can
and
hit
follow
different
करना ना भूले guys.
shots
Come on
a
यार.
bit more often.
Shorts stream को share कर दो guys अपने सभी दोस्तों के साथ.
The form just feels a little bit
जो भी
off
आपका
today,
ग्रुप
but
से
as we
वगैरह है.
swap sides, maybe finding a bit more
यार
success
तुम्हें
on
भी
the
shorts
defense.
stream को like करना नहीं आया क्या मुझे लग रहा है.
Then again, we don't quite know Talon's game plan.
रुको आज stream करूँगा तो दिखाऊंगा तुम्हें shorts stream को like कैसे करते हैं.
It doesn't quite work out, but here
I will
comes
show you.
Ben. There is that follow-up. You always talk about it, Will, and here it is.
I thought Jeremy's backup was quick enough. I thought that was going to catch Talon off guard. But after the one kill, Ban swings on the trade, and then there's Shadow Step.
Oh, nice one, bye.
Last player standing.
Well, good shock dart and a ghost kill to follow.
अगर देखो ये TLN जीत गए तो फिर इसके बाद थर्ड मैच नहीं होगा सनसेट वाला. लेकिन अगर ये मैच ड्रॉ होता है तो सनसेट वाला मैप होगा.
Be able to find some shots.
The turret's there.
Most
He's
probably.
waiting, but there's no reason for them to peek.
Ooh, this is odd. I was gonna say not impossible, but yeah.
Good post plant from those two. That was honestly, it's a 2v1. You spotted him once. That
भाई
was a round where they could
2v1
have
भाई
suddenly
क्या
gone
मस्त
for the
मार रहे हैं यार.
double
Guys like
swing,
करो,
and they
share करो,
probably would've
subscribe
won
and
either
follow
way,
करना
but
मत भूलना
they
guys. Come on
still
यार.
wait until one
Subscribe
more
करें.
peek, they go for another jump because the turret wasn't broken. This is how you know that it's not just the hype and momentum that they're riding off of. The comms are there for Talon. And, I mean, color me impressed because I did not expect this. At least not in the first match of Kickoff. I thought they were going to look shaky. I thought we were going to see like bits and pieces that they were trying to
भाई
put together.
crazy खेल रहे हैं यार ये लोग.
But
सच्ची
here's the
बता रहा
whole
हूँ.
entire pizza.
बिल्कुल आइडिया नहीं था भाई वैसे खेल रहे भाई एकदम unexpected जगह से मार रहे
Off
भाई.
to the next round now. We've got some guns.
Face to
Not
face
just
fight
some
तो भाई
guns, a lot of guns.
next level है guys.
Thanks to the kills that they've gotten before. Team Secret with the Sheriffs, though, you never quite want to count them out fully.
I mean, they get the turret either.
Okay.
This goes from bad to worse, honestly.
Now let's see. Oh, fight start हो गई. Fights begin.
Towards B. The spike's not there, though.
Fight
It's not
crazy
able
fights
to-
हो रही है. Crazy
Nobody's
fights is going
quite
on
pushing
guys.
out of A main,
right
so
now.
Cruz decides to make a move. Talon decides to
Usma
move back.
Khan, thank you for liking the stream buddy. Thank you man. Thank you buddy.
Very aggressively with an outlaw.
क्या हाल है उस्मा जी?
Well,
How are you?
it still works. No armor.
कैसे हैं आप?
One shot, one kill.
Come on भाई ये मार पाएगा सोवा को. Oh ho.
B. Oh my goodness.
Outlaw था भाई उसके
Secret
पास.
Did not expect this whatsoever.
भाई outlaw से मारा
And
उसने
then the other
without scope
boom
open किए.
shot to Borkum.
Crazy.
We're past double digits now.
Lenny's IGLing looks very good. The thing is what we're seeing is he seems to have enough ideas in his head that he can make the split second calls. It looks like he was actually just looking into his notes right there as well, right next to him.
भाई कितना कम हुआ है भाई latency.
Maybe reminding himself of what they
भाई वो
want to
fist
do
देना
next,
चाह
what
रहा
the
था
game
उसको
plan
लेकिन
was
उसने
coming
लिया
into
नहीं.
today's match, but I mean that call you dig deep. If I get the kill, just go for B.
What
Like you
the
said,
hell, bro?
not
क्या
something
मार रहे
Secret
हैं लोग?
expected because
Crazy.
everything was quiet. Audio was cut on B main.
Crazy मार रहे भाई.
Small things like that, but the speed at which they're able to do it shows the practice and the calls from the IGL of Talon.
Entire team's
भाई
got
2 राउंड और
well
जीतेगी
now.
TLN
They're
और
looking
भाई
for
जीत गए वो
match
TLN.
points. Just
TLN
switching
gonna
things
be
up
भाई
in terms
beat
of
it up.
pace. Governor
Let's
wants to go
see.
ham, going for
Wow,
the
start हो
bad
चुका है.
movement,
Start हो
a
चुका.
double kill in mid-range.
Okay, the
But
fun
then the rest of the
TS
team has
is gonna
already
be
made
down
their
I
way onto
guess.
sites. It's a 2-on-2.
Whoa.
And not impossible for Talon to
By
pick
one
up
player
this
2 को लेके
bonus
गया.
and
Let's
match
see.
point.
TS has 2 players and TLN also have 2 players left.
Secret has to go for this, but Jeremy is so low. 10 HP.
भाई दोनों के पास सिर्फ 2 player
Shot
हैं.
dart, the outlaw, everything is going to have so much value.
Oh
the
my
outlaw.
god guys.
Way too low, and that's gonna
Crazy.
be it. Lenny
Round
popping up
win.
with the classic just to check.
Round
and he
win, round
found
win, round win.
What he was looking for.
I mean, I'll see what we're all thinking. This is some justice for Lenny.
Ah, TLN guys, TLN
What
definitely
in
going
the
to win by.
I was trying not to mention it.
I
He's
mean,
like,
TLN is guys
back
breaking
with a
their
vengeance from the
opponents'
bench.
put me on
back
Gecko
fight.
again.
Yeah, well, not even
Wow.
that. Just don't put me on the
TLN
stage
is definitely
again. See what
breaking the backs
happens.
of their opponents here. I'm damn sure by.
It's just kickoff. It's just the first match.
They
but
are
what a
definitely
way to
breaking
short
the-
things out.
Sure, Talon did this to us last year, but I mean, honestly,
Let's go, guys. Now the final match, final round
I mean, some of the pros have talked about that as well, right? Close
of this
range.
match.
It's still good enough.
What do you think, boys?
It is.
They will win or okay? So flash,
Phantoms to everyone on Talon.
So
Governor already so deep into the site, infiltrating.
Yep.
And just trying to block them off as they try to push out from defender spawn.
Whoa.
Team Secret, this retake, it just
Soa is like
it's gonna
fucked up.
happen.
Oh, Soa is planting
Trying
right
to
now.
watch the
Let's
angles,
go.
though. Nobody flushed out of logs. Shortly inside of B main, trying to fire off the shot to main spot Guardian, but it's not quite gonna find all too much.
Whoa.
Look at the swing from Band and Chip Boys.
Oh
All
shit,
that's
yeah.
left is
Oh,
gonna be
nice.
Jesse Vash and Governor with the angle makes it a flawless.
Whoa,
13
जीत
to
गया
3
TLN. TLN
on
is the
ascent.
winner, boy. TLN is the winner.
A statement made by Talon
They won the
Esports.
hearts of their
Sure, it's a new
supporters
roster,
as
but
well
a
as
lot of
the
us still
winning
don't
the
know
match,
exactly what to
man.
expect.
TLN
You take
Esports
apart
is
the
winner,
individual
guys.
players, sure, it looked good, but the offseason it looked like they still needed a lot of time.
I feel
to
like, guys,
gel
no decider
together.
match will be going
And
to
they
be
say
happen.
no, it was the exact perfect time to
Is
cook.
that it will be
Meanwhile,
happening or not?
Team
Let's see.
Secret, the warm-up still needed, and a slow start to the Filipino squad.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too. It's just that
Why,
Achilles always
that's
mentions about
crazy
warm
match is
and
going
Team
on, why.
Secret.
That's
They
is
love
crazy
to
match.
get enough prep. When you don't have enough prep against a team like Talon, who show up incredible compositions such as that Neon and Yoru, Governor going crazy like this. Lenny even, showing off the Sova now.
You can
It's
say
something
so,
that Team
boys.
Secret
You
doesn't
can say
expect.
so.
It's something that none of us expected.
Yeah, and of course, Talon's now going to be facing the winner of that next match, DRX versus DFM. I'm excited to see how that looks, because again, Lenny, even Frost, they have some good ideas about how the tendencies work for Team Secret. Now when they're going up against another new value, how do they look? How do they come prepared?
I still like the sports.
Guys, मिलते हैं इधर तो जीत गया अपना TLN and मिलते हैं guys आपसे अगले स्ट्रीम पर अगले मैच पे तब तक के लिए guys bye bye ध्यान रखें अपना टाटा love you all peace
I mean, we thought we were surprised yesterday, but Governor has had an absolute field day on the stage. His very first time standing on the VCT Pacific stage, bringing the victory alongside his new teammates for Talon Esports.
What a day it's shaping out to be. We saw like new Zeta Division, now new Talon Esports too.